Good morning, Leo. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Leo, this is going to be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus for the month of March. I am late getting these out, obviously, but it's all right, right? Timing is technically fluid, so whenever you find the video, that's when you're meant to see it. I do believe that Spirit's divine intervention leads us to exactly what we need in the right time. So it was meant to come out now. So with that, cross watcher, if you're joining the channel today, welcome as well. Discern the messages accordingly, guys. Remember that you know, not everything is for you, and sometimes the roles are reversed, so apply it where it fits, right? Okay, so Leo, I hope you guys are doing well. I want to say thank you to all the likes, shares, subscribes, comments. You guys are amazing. Your love, support. Those of you who have donated and booked personal readings, thank you so very much for that. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. So, all right, Leo, with that, let's just jump on into your March reading. It's like mid-March already. It's crazy. And I don't know about all of you, but this time change has totally jacked up my schedule worse than it already was. So let's see here, Leo, what is going on for you all? Chance and foresight. I heard from Spirit, do I even take a chance? Do I take that chance? Do I risk something here? And Leo, your energies have been coming out pretty lovely lately in the weeklies, and even on the weekend reads. And it's like, Spirit is saying, why not? This is like a mixing too of the divine masculine and the divine feminine energies here, Leo. You could be feeling empowered in both senses, is what Spirit is saying. That you're embracing some sensuality or confidence, something that's comforting. Okay, so kind of like a little bit of water energy in that, but then also feeling masculine and taking control of your life and your world as well. With this foresight, Spirit is saying predictability. And I think that for some of you Leos, tending to be predictable, but I think that that's part of that chance is, do I do something that I would not typically do, right? Dare I step outside of my comfort zone? If I could talk this morning, holy smokes. So you're exuding, Spirit is reiterating the exuding confidence right now for yourself. But, and I think that on the surface level, Leo, you're feeling really well about lots of things, but then on the internal, it's kind of like that external vibration is waiting for the internal to completely catch up. So I think internally there's a lot of positive feeling to certain situations, but when you're being put on the spot, there's a little bit of an influx there that goes, dare I? Do I? Should I? So you could be questioning situations as they come in that may tend to apply a little bit of pressure to you. I'm seeing this one card, I think it's called Heat, in that other deck, and it's kind of like, yeah, I feel good because there's not a whole lot going on, but when that whole lot starts coming in, dare I do something? Dare I take an opportunity or a chance? You know, Spirit is telling you to roll the dice. Roll the dice on any opportunity that's coming in. I mean, if it's bad for you, you're going to know. You're going to feel that ick that comes with that feeling. If it's fear that sits within you that says, oh my God, like, I don't know if we can do this. This means we have to step outside of our comfort zone. And Leo, fixed sign, right? Like stepping outside of our comfort zone into change after we've become comfortable. You know, comfortableness can cloud our judgment too. So, you know, a mix of anything is healthy, but then an excess of that mix can create other problems. So, you know, this mystical clouds, I heard cloudy right off the bat whenever that came through. So it's, you know, clouding your judgment. But you have to believe in something beyond what you already are, what you already see, what you already know, being willing to take that chance to see where things go. They're pointing out to me, there we go, this 5, which is that change, and you are the 5th sign in the zodiac. I honestly think, you know, my own interpretation of it, Leo, is when we have that 5 energy attached to us, you know, we look at Scorpio, and, you know, you guys have popped up in a lot of Scorpio's readings and vice versa here in the last couple of months. Scorpio is that transmutation energy, right? And that 5 is change, and that's the Tower, and it's transmutation, and it's switching up, it's events that you may not have any control over. And I don't feel like you're necessarily having a Tower moment, but it's like when something comes in and disrupts your status quo, that can feel like a Tower moment to you, being in that fixed sign energy, that fixed fire. It's like, add a little bit of water, oh shit, you know, add a little bit of earth, oh no, it's putting out my fire, add a little bit of air, things are blowing up. Like it's the alchemization of everything else that you're not fully anticipating, is what Spirit is saying. Card that comes out for you, the Shooting Star, confirmation. You know, Leo, I'm going to say this to you, that it kind of gives me the vibes of your manifestation process right now is magical. That it's like, you may not have necessarily full throttle sat down, made a vision board, talked to God, talked to Spirit, said, these are the things that I want, this is how I want, you know, something or someone to show up in my life. But it's like, your words, your thoughts, they're really going to the thought process of an idea or this dreamy energy, which we have Pisces right now, right? So there is that dreamy energy attached to this time frame before we move into Aries season. And it's like, wouldn't it be nice, or it would be nice to, I don't know, share walks with someone, or maybe change a job, or, you know, dive into my creative abilities and flow. And I don't feel like you've given it a whole lot of, like, that's not been your focus, we'll put it that way. It's not been your primary focus into whatever this is. But Spirit has heard you. And the confirmation of that is whatever is coming in that's new, or a new, Spirit is saying a new cycle to your journey or your experience, that says, well, you asked for it, here it is. It's magician vibes, right? And it's kind of funny, Leo, like the timing of a thought, the timing of an idea was at the right time, and I think you did it without even knowing you were doing it. That's the funny part about this, is you're catching yourself by surprise. That something that you could even conjure up in the smallest and just even give it a tinge of a thought is now showing up in your environment somehow. And it's kind of like the stars aligned. You could have been in your house just doing your thing, and at the same moment in which you thought about something so small, you know, on a smaller scale, not really giving it, again, a whole lot of thought, or setting an intention so much, it was like that shooting star, if that was the case, right, could have just flown by you at the same exact moment that, you know, you gave thought to something, you started a creation of something, your manifesting abilities, like Spirit was truly listening to you. And now it's like, you know, wishing for something, and then it gets there and you're like, shit, what am I supposed to do with this? It's kind of like that feeling. But what's funny about it to me too, Leo, is your intuition. You think about it, like we say it all the time. What happens, you know, when you have, you know, you're driving down the road and you think about somebody and 2 minutes later they call you? That's that intuitive nudge. So I think for some of you too, it's also like, hold on, I'm going to write this down before catching. Okay, sorry. I wanted to write that down before I forgot. It's almost like you're starting to see in the tangible world how much your thoughts and feelings, that law of attraction energy, is truly of existence in your world. You know, not that you've necessarily doubted it, but it's like that whole idea of I'll believe it when I see it. And now you're starting to see it in your world. And I think that's a little scary for you, Leo, because again, change. Oh shit. Now, with the scrying mirror is the underlying energy projection. This to me is a bit separate, because I do, as I say about this change, right? Look at this. There is the change. You're afraid of that change, and you've got caution. There's the fear. Like, you're sitting there going, do I, dare I, do I take that chance? Do I take that opportunity? Do I trust in something that I can't see, but I can only hear? You know, it's like you're hearing your own thoughts out loud all of a sudden, and you're starting to see them show up in the tangible world. Projection. Somebody or something here is coming in that I think they have, whether it's a fear, whether the two of you, or a job or situation, right? It doesn't have to be romantic, is kind of in the same space you are. It's, Spirit is saying there is an openness of love. So it's opening that heart space energy right now, Leo, and realizing that other people are sitting on the same frequency as you. Like, when you're talking about that, that ability to manifest, maybe in the past you didn't give a whole lot of weight to those things, or just didn't really see it in the tangible world. And somebody else is now having this experience in their own right of experiencing those tangible rewards, I'll call them. And now your manifesting abilities in itself has caught up to whatever frequency you're floating on. And now you're starting to see the same thing. So when you come together with this situation or person, you may even find that your thought pattern is almost identical to theirs. It's interesting. You're both seeing something in a particular way. There is some type of wish fulfillment attached to this with this shooting star. Spirit is saying the graces of God are intervening in your life, Leo. So I don't know. It's in a very interesting energy, but you're pulling in that manifestation frequency, pretty heavy, whether you realize it or not. I do think for most of you, Leo, though, you're getting caught off guard with this. It's like, I thought about it. I didn't mean I was ready for it, you know? It's like saying something to somebody like, you know, gee, I've kind of been hungry for a vanilla milkshake. And next thing you know, someone comes home to you and they bring you a vanilla milkshake. And you're like, well, shit, I didn't mean today. And you're like, well, you know, here you go. Ask and you shall receive, Leo. And that's kind of what this feels like to me. Ask and you shall receive. All right. What else for Leo in March? It's a funny energy that you guys are in. It's cute. It's nice, though. But I don't think you were fully prepared as to what that was going to mean. Balance, Libra, card, gratitude, Capricorn. I talked about that headspace, right? Being in that mind. And I talked very briefly about the opening up of the heart. The balance with this particular Libra card, which is a 7, is a balance between the heart and the head. So with that, Spirit is telling you, Leo, that you've hit a point where you've hit a new potential. You've hit a new level of potential in your daily life, in your everyday, your waking moments, however you want to put it. The consequences. By the way, you have 3 7s here. Scorps has been pretty loaded with 7s too lately in their readings. Consequence. A consequence isn't always a negative thing. We hear that word and it sounds kind of like a negative connotation to it. But it's not. It's not always a negative thing. And I'm getting a lot of healthy vibes with the colors today with this card. The consequence here is for you to just be in a space of love. And they're talking about contingencies, like leaving contingencies behind. I will only do this if. I can only have this if. Drop the contingency process. The consequences here, it's like reaping karmic rewards. And then with this Libra, the balancing of the heart and the head, it's also giving me this idea of projection, this mirroring energy. Spirit is saying to you too with this gratitude. Capricorn season, and I've seen this come up for so many signs. I don't feel like the end of 2023 was the marker for the end of the year this time around. I'm going to say this was the most screwed up feeling. And I think if you go back and even watch any other readers on YouTube, you'll see that 2023 or 2024 started off very odd. It was very heavy. There was a lot going on. And it felt like we needed a couple of extra weeks to kind of get our bearings, you know, to get motivated to move, to get out of this hard cycled out energy that we had been in for a long time. And I'm going to tell you, Leo, I don't feel like you were any different than anybody else. So Capricorn season could have been very much the time frame in which it was just like, you know, a review of 2023. I have really worked hard to get to where I'm at, and I deserve X, Y, and Z. And that maybe were these thoughts and these ideas and this manifestation ability that seemed to like it was like rubbing a genie in a bottle. You know, your wish is my command, Leo. And that seemed to start to culminate this moment in which you are in right now, with this balance coming in. This is someone, Spirit is saying, someone who is willing to balance up with you. You may not be prepared for that. But that's the thing with you, okay? Is when it comes in, if it doesn't come in Leo form, I'm going to call it, it knocks you off what you consider to be your stability. And then it's like Leo is required to make adjustments, Spirit is saying. You can make these adjustments. Don't get steadfast in a certain way that it has to be done on these terms in your own bubble. It doesn't have to be those terms. And I do think that whatever this is for you, there's a great sense of love and appreciation for whatever it is. It's a very lovely energy, because they're not coming in heavy. The situation isn't coming in full force. And it's like, it is divine orchestration, Leo, plain and simple. So it isn't like somebody is pushing, but the thing here for you is you were being tested by the universe to go, yeah, we've wanted you to say, I would like to have this, or I would like to experience that, so that we could bring this to you. We could put it on a silver platter for you and go, here you go. Pick up your fork. There you go. And now that it's there, it didn't come in quite the way you thought it would, the form in which you thought it would be. So now there's a little bit of fear attached to that. So, all right, they're telling me to get an extra card on this Libra. So let's see what this balance is. Let's see. Six of Pentacles coming out in the upright. There you are, the Sun. But as much as, if you've followed me for a while, you know I don't typically read reversals unless they come out. That way all my cards go back into the deck upright. I am getting a little bit of this reversed vibe of the Six of Pentacles with the Sun. And of course, there you are, right? You're feeling good. Again, Spirit is gifting you, whatever this is. And it's like, you know, your hand is outward. I'll give, but I don't know that I'm ready to receive. And Leo, part of that balancing act between the heart and the head, the internal and external, is that for as much as you give, you have to be open to receive, whether or not you think it's right for you. And I say that simply because, you know, let's say, go back to the milkshake thing, right? If someone brings you a milkshake, I mean, most people I don't think would turn it down. But instead of going, I don't know, Spirit is saying, just take it. Just take what is being given to you and be in appreciation of that. And I feel like internally there's a lot of gratitude, but what do I do with it? How do I express it? What do I give back in return? It's like, you're good at being the giver on your terms. But then when someone returns that giving to you, you almost get dumbfounded by that. And that can be a part of the lacking of self-confidence. So again, if you've kind of moved your way through life on your own, in your own way, and all of a sudden you're getting these rewards given back to you, it feels like a foreign thing. It's like, I don't know what this is. How do I work with this? So the imbalance here, I feel like, is you just being open to receive. They're testing your beliefs about yourself, Leo. The Lover's card, choices, balance. You get to decide if you're going to balance up with something or someone. Leo, I'm going to say to you, here comes the Justice card again. 6 of Pentacles, the Justice, the 8 of Cups. Yes, it would be easier to walk away from whatever this is. This would be a very easy grand exit to just go, no, I'm good. I'm going to go on and about my way the way that I do things. But I also feel this projection is also part of this, that you're fearful that someone is not going to, or something is not going to appreciate you the way that you appreciate them. I hope that's making sense, the way that's coming out of my mouth. Yes, we can walk away from all opportunities, but in 5 years from now, Leo, you're going to sit back and go, did I make the right decision in that moment? It's the what ifs. So it's like, try, go sample what is being gifted to you. You called this in, this confirmation, like you asked, Spirit's delivering. Experience it. So what if it doesn't work out? What if that new job, there are more choices, there you are juggling. Does this make sense to me? How does this affect my stability, my tangible world? How do I incorporate other people? And this could be love with the Gemini Lover's card here. And as I say that, look what's on the bottom. The 1111 card, the 4 of Wands, your stability, right? Your structures, your foundations. Leo. Temperance, the 3 of Wands, the 10 of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the 4 of Wands. The only negative energy that I have pulled from any of these cards is your inability to make a decision. That's it. Your inability to just be willing to sample what is out there for you. And Spirit is asking you to feel your way. You don't have to think. You thought about the plan, right? Talk about that stability. 5 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Like you're on your throne, Leo. You've managed to master and create this world. But when it comes to this Empress energy, there's a lot of emotional confusion. And someone here too could be reflecting that back to you. It's like if they're not hearing from you, if you're seeming like you're confusing them, they could be feeling a little abandoned right now by you. So, 7 of Cups, you can call it mixed signals if you want to, right? There's all kind of things happening in this card. But it's like you're trying to just tend to your own. But I'm going to say to you again, think back, even Spirit's saying even 3 weeks ago, what did you ask for? What was that fleeting thought? And for some of you, you just may not remember because it was just in a moment. And I think that for some of you too, Spirit is saying, as you listen to this reading, 3/4 of the way through it, all of a sudden you're going to remember standing in your kitchen and going, oh gee, I thought about that. Shit. Maybe you watched a romantic movie or something, I don't know, and it was like, oh, wasn't that cute? They were holding hands. And all of a sudden here comes someone, it's like, I want to hold your hand. What was that? Was it the Beatles? I want to hold your hand? Is that who sang that? I don't know. But I don't know, maybe go listen to that. But for just a second, it came through. Here it is. And you're like, oh my God, if I hold your hand, are you going to pull the rug out from underneath me? How's this going to change my world? How do you fit? How does this fit? And again, even a new job. You could have thought about a new job or something, and the next thing you know, somebody gets a hold of you and says, hey, here's this opportunity. We want you to come in and take a look at this, feel this out for what it is. And you're like, oh, fuck, what did I just do? So Leo, let yourself open up to whatever this is. Just try it, sample it, enjoy it, feel it. And if it works, great. And if it doesn't, guess what? The next best thing is going to work out for you no matter what. But you don't want to create limits. There was that limitless card. You don't want to create limits because you have the potential right now to make anything happen. Don't run from yourself, okay? Ace of Wands in the past. Again, there's that, this is the thing. It's this fire energy, right? Action-oriented, inspired creation, and got the same. What I think is very lovely about this card is that fire starts in her third eye. It creeps up to that crown chakra. It is the connection to the divine. It's talking about that spiritual divine timing that we were talking about earlier. Divine intervention, Spirit is saying. And then it all started with a perception change. It all started somewhere, or I said earlier, right? Now it's showing up in the tangible world. You can see it by way of vision, also giving me a lot of Pisces energy of that daydreamy thought. You don't have to necessarily see it, but you see it in the third eye, right? It's a different perception of things. And not having to have it right in front of your face. It was a creative process that you were conjuring up, and Spirit heard this. They heard it, they felt it, they seen it, because right in that very moment, Leo, you hit a vibrational frequency that was in complete alignment with the universe. It was there for you in the perfect moment. I mean, you think about how many shooting stars happen. What are the odds that we are outside of our home at any given point, and we, maybe once every couple of years, if we're lucky, we might see a shooting star? The odds of that, and talk about chance, right? Being that first card that came out on the shuffle. What are the odds that this would play out in your favor? Fear that it won't. I'm not going to encourage gambling, but be a gambling man or gambling woman or gambling them they. You have nothing to lose with this because it's divine orchestration. If anything, you are going to gain tenfold one way or another. So, that's what tried to pop out. 5 of Cups. It's like, shit. Regret, remorse. And it's almost, I won't say that there's regret and remorse tied to a thought that you had so much as it is like, I didn't think that I was ready. There's something here too, Leo, with that you've got to let go of. And I think this is your way of being stuck in your own bubble, your own world. Okay. Present energy, 4 of Pentacles, stuck, stagnant, hanging on to what it is that you already have in your tangible world. What are you afraid to alchemize with? What are you afraid to open yourself up to? You're holding back, ultimately yourself by not stepping into this. I'm pretty sure that was the 6 of Pentacles. Bingo. That 6 of Pentacles is following you throughout this reading. Okay, we're going southern today in this reading. 9 of Wands. Pushing through. The need to persevere here, Leo. 6 of Pentacles. I talked about that exchange earlier, right? Like, somebody's giving to you and all you can do is leave your hand out there and just be like kind of dumbfounded. Like, I talked about a milkshake, but I didn't expect you to bring me a milkshake. What do I do with this? Well, drink the damn thing. Enjoy it. Flavor it, or taste the flavor, savor every little sip that you take. Spirit is trying to give back to you what you are truly deserving of as they come through. Thank you for that. Be open to play. Be open to give and receive. It's coming through. This balance is coming through. Oh my gosh. 6 of Swords. You've moved out of a space of, I think, the deepest fear that I'd seen you in at one point, Leo, probably last year. You've moved out of that and you're working on your 8 of Pentacles. You're working on that sun energy. That is you. What comes out with the Ace of Wands? Another Ace and Ace of Pentacles. And the 4 I wanted to say the 4 of Foundations. The 4 of Wands. The 11. Make a wish. Make a wish. I'm going to say to you too, Leo, and when I hear that, again, the confirmation of that Ace of Wands, that confirmation card of the shooting star, hearing from Spirit, make a wish. 11, blow the candles out. I mean, we're not supposed to blow them out, so don't do that, right? But it is like you asked. You asked. Spirit's bringing it in. Like, this is confirmation of whatever this is. It may not show up in the form that you thought it would. That may be part of this too that's kind of throwing you off, is whoa. But I also think that with this, there's a lot more stability, whether it's with you, maybe a company, a person, family, that things before weren't ready. Something wasn't ready in the past. Now it is. Last week or two, Spirit is saying, And I think by 4 weeks out, you're going to see this opportunity for what it truly is. You have to be open to feel that, though. 4 of Pentacles. That almost went in my coffee cup. No shit. You cannot make it up. There's that Justice card. Balance. Again. 4 of Pentacles. Stop holding on. Leo, whatever this is, stop. Look at this. This was the other card that just tried to come out. I'm going to take it. The 6 of Pentacles again. For the love of all things holy. Justice. Not once, but twice. Seen it pop up in the underlying as well. 6 of Pentacles twice. Engage. Engage with this energy. 6 of Swords, 6 of Wands. You've moved on from something. There's success and celebration on the other side of this. You know, and you may be dealing with people too that are around you, watching you move through this, from where you've been to a new truth and a balance of yourself. Do not, Spirit is saying, do not be afraid to express what you know to be true. Don't breadcrumb somebody or something. Be open to give. Be open to receive, Leo. Be open to receive. Go write down some affirmations about being a good receiver. I deserve to receive abundance. I deserve to receive love. I deserve, you know, I am lovable. I am deserving. I am happy. I am a giver. I am open to the divine rewards from the universe. You know, I am whatever. Open yourself up to that, because I'm going to tell you, Leo, whatever you've got that's trying to make its way into your world that you're kind of like, oh my God, I don't know that I can do this. It's beautiful. It truly is like alchemical balance and something that you've asked for. So, you know, it's like beyond your wildest dreams. 7 of Pentacles, again, you've planted those seeds. Plant those seeds with whatever this is. You know, you think about when we plant something, we need, you know, you could be planting gardens too, just side note. We have to have earth, right, to help cultivate those seeds. And we have to have water for the growth. And then we have to have the sunlight. Everything has to work together so that new life is created. And if you've got yourself, maybe you're that giver, and then finally somebody is giving back to you, and you don't receive that, it's like a seedling refusing water. What's going to happen? It's going to die. You understand what I'm saying? I hope that's making sense for you, the way this is coming through. And then again, fear. There's fear attached to it, because you finally found your calm. You finally found your genuine peace. So it's like, dare I, yeah, I've got this balance in my life at last. For myself, dare I let something else come up? Now, let's just say you've been at a job for 5 years, and, you know, the first 4 years were just ridiculous, and there was always trouble, whatever, however that wants to come out. And it's like the last, you know, year, it's been really peaceful. You found a balance and a good flow, and now all of a sudden there's this new opportunity. And now you've gotten comfortable in this last year, and you're like, I don't know if I can do this, right? Does that mean I have to start over from scratch? Am I starting at the bottom of the totem pole again? Am I going to deal with troubles and traumas and craziness from people again? Same thing if this is a relationship or a partnership that's trying to brood, you know, into your existence. I'm finally stable. I'm secure within myself. Dare I go there again? Because there's all these possibilities with that 7 of Cups, all these confusing things. I've seen this game before. Doesn't mean you're dealing with the same situation as the past. You've grown, Leo. You've changed in your own right. But now you have to be open to those external changes as well. What you're being gifted and given from the universe and whomever or whatever this is. All right, what is this 6 of Pentacles about for Leo? Leo, the 2 of Cups, the Star, Aquarius energy. I'm telling you, what you have asked for is here. It is right there in front of your nose. Somebody, I'm going to say to a lot of you, if you are looking for love, I think you've both done a lot of healing work in general. What you have asked for, it doesn't look the same as you. It's not, you look at this guy, look at this girl, they don't look the same. Thank God, right? But she's bringing what she has to the table, and he's bringing what he has to the table. And what they both have is a cup. They're willing to work with each other. They're willing to bring in that balance for wish fulfillment. Queen of Wands could be dealing with another Aries, Leo, or Sag. Doesn't have to be. But this is somebody who is very secure in their self. You asked for someone who was going to be, or something, a job, again, whatever, to come into your life that was secure in who they are, assertive in who they are, who didn't pull any punches, who did not hold back. Queen of Wands doesn't hold back. She knows her value. She knows her worth. She knows how to assert herself. She knows how to command a room. You've asked for this. It's here. Make sure you're not letting this opportunity of whatever this is, this new partnership, however it shows up in your life, pass you by. And I just keep there. Strength card, Leo. There you are. Shut the front door. Coming out to clarify those two, the Strength card and the Ace of Cups. Leo, you've got a lot of love to give, and so does somebody else. But then there's the internal conflict of, what about my stability? For some of you, maybe it's like, I've played the field for so long, can't I just play the field some more? Sure. If that's what you want to do. But I'm going to tell you, Leo, I feel like this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You're finally sitting in this right vibrational frequency that says, I'm here. Let go of the negative wands, the 5 of wands, the 9 of wands. Like, yes, you've been wounded. Who the hell hasn't? Stop the internal conflict. It's like there's like the 5 versions of Leo inside going, here's this part of me, 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 here's this part of me. And they're all competing with one another. Well, if we do this, Leo, look at the potential of all of this conflict that could brew up. What if it's more stable than you realize? What if it's more put together in the real world than you could imagine? But if you don't try, you're not going to know. Okay? This truly is, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. Like, I don't believe in that, and I'm not one to title something, this is it. But this is it, Leo. This is that once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And I'm going to say for some of you, this person and or situation is something that I think you have some working knowledge of. I don't know how deep the familiarity goes, but there's a working knowledge of it. Because I feel like this, I'm going to say that it's a brand new energy that comes through, right? Because you've been renewed, Spirit is saying. Maybe this person has been renewed. But door to value is you're starting to see the worth tied to a particular person or situation. And I think in the past that could have been part of this, was learning to understand what value something held. Maybe you didn't quite see it. Maybe it could have been the value of yourself. There you go, man holding a coin. Or this other person was trying to level up their game too, right? They were trying to do their own understanding of their own value and their worth. But now, it's been processed. It's now being understood. That's why it's showing up the way it is in this form right now. All right. Advice for Leo. Long video for you guys. Holy moly. All right. Advice for Leo, please, Spirit. Watching, looking, perception, stalking, wedding rings. Higher commitment, guys. Unions, marriage, soul connection, everlasting love, devotion. If you walk past this, you're an idiot. And I say that in the most loving way. Do not walk by this. And it's funny because that mirroring again, you both could be keeping an eye on each other. Or maybe this job, again, maybe your name floats around in that realm of whatever it is that you do, right? And your name always comes up. So they've always kept tabs on maybe what work you were doing, who you were working for. And you were always like, boy, that would be a hell of a company to go work for. And That would be a really good job. And it's like, right now, the universe has lined this up for you. Like, here it is. Here it is. Just walk down that path. Go. And Leo's like, but wait a minute. What about what I've already worked on? Go, Leo. Go. Doesn't matter. Go. You know, open yourself up to that experience. Advice for Leo. Healthy choices. You've made healthier choices. And Spirit is asking you to do this again. Karmic relationship, perception, intensity, letting go, and fleeting. Leo, part of this resistance to this change, I think, is I think in the past there were a lot of parts of situations for you that where you felt used, you felt betrayed, you felt like you were charmed, or all of these other things. You have to let go of the past relationship baggage, or, you know, any, you know, situationship, relationship, workship, whatever the hell ship you've been sailing on. Because you're not making the same choices. And I feel like part of that fear is that you're going to screw up. You're going to make another mistake. Guess what? Let's just hypothetically, and I'm not trying to give you any more fear than you're already sitting in. Let's just say something doesn't quite work out. Guess what? You've learned something new about yourself and that person. What I say earlier, I just think that's funny. I just noticed this. I said about wanting to hold your hand. There it is. Whatever hell you have been through in the past, Leo, this situation, this person is not going to do that because they understand what balance and boundaries needed to occur within themselves, within you. You know, maybe they had people, if it's job related, which could be, you got quite a bit of pentacles here. They've allowed people with maybe certain degrees or something come in and do a job, and it's like, that didn't mean shit at the end of the day. It didn't mean they were qualified. They didn't understand a position, right? So now they're willing to take a chance and do something differently. Again, the stars are lining up. Advice for Leo, Spirit. Advice for Leo. Clarity, truth, revelations, honor, protection, determination. Mirroring a second time. So what? You're both fucking scared. I'm just going to call it like that. Mirroring each other's self-reflection, introspection, inner wounds. Runner. Leo, you run every time. Every time. Don't be the runner anymore. And if somebody is showing you something about yourself that you need to adjust to, don't get upset with them. Get upset with, I'm going to tell you, get upset with yourself. Go, okay, I now have to hold accountability as to why I feel the way that I feel about something. This person is going to help you evolve one way or another. This job is going to help you evolve one way or another. It's like if it's that job and it's that company, even if you go work there for 2 years, that's resume fluff. Like that one big company that I worked for, that's resume fluff. They don't care what you did, how you did it. They just know that this fabulous company is on your, if you worked for them, you could work anywhere. Right? If this is a person, you know, it's like there's some kind of upped ante with that, like that you've had some kind of really big growth with that person, like where you've learned to open up. They've shown you like a vulnerable part of them that also is a vulnerable part of you. You know, you get to open up to that between each other, where it doesn't feel like you're on an isolated island. It's like, shit, someone who finally gets me and understands me. And again, even if it doesn't work, you have done some kind of healing during that period of time that when the next person comes along, you're ready. You've cleared out the rest of that baggage with someone. You've helped each other grow. There's a mutual respect in that. Leo, I am going to leave it there. I hope this reading helped you. Don't be foolish. Embrace this. Embrace this. This is truly divinely orchestrated plans. Once in a lifetime type of opportunity. Embrace it and run with it. Go. It is lined up exactly the way you need it to. The fear is I have to look at myself and dig a little deeper. All right. Found this reading resonated for you. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Personal reads are open and available. That information is found in the description box below, as well as the About section of the page. I'm sending you all the very best, and I will see you soon. Bye.